I'll draw. I'll discard. In order to ride Silverthorn Assistant, Irina, I'll get an energy generator. Since I'm going second, I'll get 3 energy. Also, since I went second, I'll draw 1 card. I'll attack your Vanguard for 8.
No guard.
Check. Draw trigger, power to my Vanguard, and I'll draw.
Damage.
I'll pass turn.
Since it's the start of my turn, I get 3 energy. Next, I'll draw for turn. So I'll discard this to ride. The grade 1 skill, I can pull her out from the soul, so I'm going to place her here and I soul charge 1. I'll swing to your Vanguard for 10.
Guard for 23.
Check. Swing for 8.
No guard. Damage check, no trigger.
So then, at the end of the battle, she goes back into the soul. Pass turn.
I'll stand and draw. Energy generator. I'll discard a draw trigger in order to ride Silverthorn Marionette Lillian. The skill of Irina. I look at the top 7 cards of my deck, and I choose 1 and put into my soul. The rest go back into the deck, and I shuffle. I'll attack your Vanguard for 10.
No guard.
Drive check. No trigger.
Damage.
I'll pass turn.
I'll stand and draw. With the grade 2 skill, since I have 2 grade 1 or less cards with loose or in its name, I get to ride. Perfect. And then also I get 3 energy. I'll call Blue-Haired Prodigy Rhesus. With her skill, my Vanguard will get 10k. Then I'll use the skill of Charmant to counterblast. I'll choose up to 2 grade 2 or less. And my Vanguard gets another +5. I'll swing with Charmant to your Vanguard. This is gonna be 28, and then with its skill, I'm gonna choose the grade 1 and grade 0 to increase their power to 28.
No guard.
First check. Second check.
Damage check. No trigger.
So then I'll swing, this is 28, 31 to your Vanguard.
No guard. Damage check. No trigger.
Then 28 again to your Vanguard.
I'll PG. Discarding.
So then when she finishes attacking, I put 2 of the cards back into my soul, and I draw a card. Your turn.
I'll stand and draw and obtain 3 energy. I'll discard in order to ride Silverthorn Dragon Tamer Lukier. I use the skill of my Lillian. Whenever Lukier is written over her, I get to soul charge 1. Then I choose 1 card from my soul and add it to my hand. I'll choose Lillian, add her to my hand. Next, I'll call a Rising Dragon. I'll use the skill of Rising Dragon. When this unit is placed, I can put a card from my hand into soul in order to draw 1. Afterwards, I'll use the skill of my Stream Performer, Tongue. Whenever she goes into the soul by a card ability, if I have a Vanguard with only Pale Moon in its name, I can bind her and search my deck or drop for up to 1 grade 3 and put it into my soul. I will choose Hurry and Join Silverthorn Servants, add that to my soul, and shuffle. Next, I will use the skill of the Energy Generator. I'll Energy Blast 7 in order to draw 1 card. Then I'll use the skill of my Lukier. I'll Counter Blast 1. I will put 1 card from my hand into the soul in order to call out 3 cards from my soul with different grades. I'll call out my Rising Dragon, I'll call out Friend of the Netherworld, Lynn, and I'll call out Jovial Juggler. Jovial Juggler has the skill where if I'm choosing cards from Soul from my Vanguard's ability, she can be treated as grade 0. So these are all three different grades. I'll activate first the skill of my Rising Dragon to put in this order from my hand into Soul in order to draw 1. Then I'll use the skill of Lynn. Whenever she is placed, I can look at the top 2 cards from my deck, and I can put one on the bottom of the deck and put the other one into the Soul. Then I'll activate the skill of my Jovial Juggler in order to put in my Lynn into Soul. Then choose one unit and call it out. That activates the skill of Lynn yet again. I look at the top 2 cards of my deck. I put one on the bottom of my deck and I put one into the Soul. Finally, since you're on grade 3, the units that I called out from Soul get an additional 5k power from my Vanguard. Additionally, my dragons get an additional 10k power if something was played from Soul this turn. However, if 4 or more cards were placed from Soul this turn, they get an additional 10k again. Then I'll use the skill of the Hurry and Join Silverthorn Servants from my Soul. I can use this order from my Soul by paying the cost of Counterblast 1. I can choose one of my units, and then whenever my Vanguard attacks, I can put that unit into Soul and call out a card with Pale Moon as its clan. With this, I'll go into battle, and I'll attack your Vanguard for 30 with my Rising Dragon.
Guard for 28, 33.
Then I'll attack with my Vanguard. That'll activate the skill of my Rising Dragon. Thanks to the order, it'll go into Soul, and then I'll call it out since it has the clan Pale Moon. I will not use its skill, but I will continue to attack your Vanguard for 13 and Twin Drive.
No guard.
First check, draw trigger. I'll draw 1, and I'll give my Rising Dragon an additional 10k power. Second check, critical trigger. I'll give my Vanguard an additional critical, and I'll give my other Rising Dragon an additional 10k power.
First. Second. Draw trigger. I'll draw. My Vanguard will get 10k.
I'll attack your Vanguard with my Rising Dragon boosted by my Jovial Juggler for a total of 53.
PG.
Then I'll attack once again for another 53 with my other Rising Dragon boosted by Lynn.
No guard.
At the end of the turn, the card that was pulled out by the skill of Lynn goes into Soul. In addition, I can choose 2 cards from my field with Lukir's skill to put them into Soul in order to draw 1. I'll pass turn.
I will get 3 energy. I'll draw 1. And I'll Persona Ride. Draw for the Persona Ride. So I'll Energy Blast 7, so I can draw 1. I'll call Blue Hair Prodigy to give my Vanguard 10k. I also overcall to play Aurealis. I'll use her skill to counterblast and search for a grade 2 or less with Lusoar in its name. And put it to my hand. I'll call Kalmina in this back row circle. Then I'll counterblast 1 for my Vanguard skill.
For once I thought I had it right, but it's this one. There we go. That's the right scene. Hey everyone, how's it going? We are gonna have a bit of a weird stream today because CFA has not updated, as me and Nick were talking about beforehand. So we just kind of exist here and talk. Maybe we'll do the what I said, where I'll put in the new cards myself, but that's gonna take a while. I don't know if you guys want to sit around as I do that, but we'll see. So I have a chocolate lollipop that I'm gonna finish. Camera down a tiny bit. Hopefully that's better. Yeah, close enough. Hate that there's no way to like efficiently do that. I have to just get up, walk around my desk, move my camera, but that's just how it's been. It's giving you dual disc vibes. Good. That's somewhat what I aim for, because I would love to one day actually be able to use a dual disc. Not. Bushiroad official deck boxes barely fits 50 card. 50 main cards plus G-Deck double sleeves. No, they do fit it pretty well, to be honest, because I have my premium Dark Irregulars deck hard sleeve, like with thick outer covers, with the G-Deck and markers, and they all fit in a Persona 3 Persona 3 deck box from Bushiroad. So it does fit. It's not good, but it fits. To be honest, those are one of the best deck boxes that I can recommend, because I've barely had an issue fitting everything, especially for Shadowverse. That has those dumbass, thick-ass tokens, and they'll take a lot of space. That's the only deck box that I've found that can fit just about every deck that I have. Now we put unsleeved starter decks in those dual disc. Well, heck, unlike you, I was poor and I didn't have a dual disc growing up, so I never got a chance to actually do that. I'm just gonna take these things off. It just keeps clashing because I don't have the hair anymore to like push out the headphones a little bit. It just keeps squishing my glasses into place, but. Anyways, I can't imagine premium 16 cards, 16 card G deck. No, it fits. Tell you. Play all the random stuff built last time. Then I guess I could do that. I don't know. I'd rather test out Flagmire just because it's like the topic of discussion. Because what did I build last time? We already built the VJ, right? Granted, that wasn't a very optimal build. But I haven't had time to go back and check anything. So I haven't had time to playtest Unicum. I haven't had time to playtest. Not that I don't think MLB needs a lot of playtesting. That was pretty easy. And there was a fourth one that I don't remember off the top of my head. Cards to dual disc. I mean, that's how they do it. Till this day, I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh actually uses sleeves. It's only Vanguard that actually uses sleeves in their anime. Sleeves even existed, let's be real. Nope, 100% did not. I didn't learn about that until like high school, when I randomly ordered cards online and it came in sleeves, and I was just like, what the fuck is this? You can put this around your cards? What the hell? Come on. In the card market watch, since Dark State got cards buyout and Triple Drive will be released this week. Yeah, we can actually take a look at that. That's not a bad idea. We can take a look at that. If you had your Yu-Gi-Oh! Unsleeved 78 card deck with a rubber band, I don't know about 78 cards. And if your 6-year-old stepbro looked at your cards and said, "Oh, I'll cut them out to make a collage while you were in school," the fuck, man, I would have beat that man's ass. Granted, that's what I did, ironically. With Pokemon cards when I was really young, I cut them out. Like I remember cutting out the like energy cards, like the psychic energy, the eyeball, and like doing stupid things with that because it was like eyeball. So
So if you're Yu-Gi-Oh cards in your attic, they should make a held hybrid deck for democracy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they have something similar. They have so many different archetypes right now. Like every day I learn about a new archetype, and I'm just like, what? But, I think maybe it's the cameras. It's not the camera. It's just I look dark as hell for some reason. I don't know why, but oh well. Did you check out the official Bushiroad channel's Vardual deck list? Pretty creative, I gotta say. I did not even see that they had one, to be honest. Duel Masters, the game died. Your cards died. Damn. Alec Gorgeous, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I just don't know why the lighting. Like, I literally have 2 lights on me, and then somehow I look dark as hell. Like, it looks like I have no lights. It's very strange sometimes, but it should be better now. It says hello. You're invited to our wedding? I bet I'll be there. Over 12,000 cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! You're bound to learn a new archetype every day. Yeah, honestly. Every day, once a year I pop into Master Duel or something gets added to Duel Links. I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's a thing? God damn. But all right. Let's jump into the news. I think we'll do, we'll do the news. We'll take a look at the new cards. Maybe we'll do some take a look at the market a little bit, because Triple Booster is out. Take a look at some of the stuff I saw on Saturday. Instantly, Ig-Speller was sold out, which is really funny because now they're not going to be playing Ig-Speller. And I knew immediately it happened. I was just like, oh, this is going to be completely irrelevant as soon as they actually reveal stuff. And it basically is. Too much for you right now? Your old brain can't take it? Yeah, that's fair. Can't believe stream started without me. Yeah. Should have been here sooner. That's alright. We really haven't done anything. We've just been shooting the shit. You're terrified of Angel Ladder? Yeah. I was trying to do the math, and I feel like you, I don't even know. You might actually be better off just buying like 3 boxes of Triple Drive, hoping you get it, than selling whatever you get to buy an Angel Ladder. But I don't know. It's pretty rough. But everyone buy out Brainwash Roller already happened. Not buyout, but it's already jumped. Final build list won't launch Brainwash Roller. Probably. Would not be surprised. We also haven't seen all the cards yet for this set. So there might even still be more cards for this one deck that comes out. Because it's the 19th. And the set doesn't come out in Japan until April 5th. So we still have a good while before the set even comes out. So God knows what's actually going to be in the final list. Vanguard is out 10 plus years and some people still overreact. Yep. I love your $100 regardless. Which one? Which one? Forbidden Doll or the other one? Ridiculous. But alright. Before we get into that, let's just take a look at some of this news and see why everyone's overreacting over possibly nothing. But I haven't been able to test it yet, so I can't really make any adjustments. So we'll see both. Yeah, at the very least, you can only play one in a deck. So at least there's that, right? Thank God you got Swirler when it was dipping. Yeah, I have to add that to the list of things to like tell people, like, get cards when they're cheap, because they will be gone. They will not stay that way for a while. But all right, so we have the starter here, and this is Cavity Maglia here. Very weird little dude. It's interesting that they have like this whole raven bird thing, which is kind of cool because we don't have any birds in Vanguard at all. For any extent, the closest we got was Omnia Crow, but that's just a grade 1 in Omnia Grujo, so we don't have any like dedicated bird stuff. Everything's just a dragon, and that's it. Or a bird as a supporting piece. So this is the closest we're gonna get to it. So that's the grade 0. And then we got the grade 1 here. Looks really cool. Was really hoping was somewhat generic and that I could play it in barrel, but might not be the case. So happen I can build Jack Jewel in Youthberg dirt cheap, maybe. We'll see what the final prices are looking like, but it'll definitely be a lot easier than before. I'm Nagujo's 2-0. What do you mean defensive triggers don't work? And now look at the deck, right? Bro, the Omnia things is some assume stuff. Then they proceeded to ignore the deck like they did Omnia like Shoto Doji. Yeah. Yep. I as someone who's actually played the deck, yep. But we got ourselves Hollow Raptor here. Grade 1 and the grade 2 have the same skill, but when you ride the grade 2 over this, look at the top 3, put all grade 1 or greater cards into your soul. You don't get to choose, so whatever's there goes into soul, but if they're triggers, they do not, which is insane. You put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You don't have to shuffle, so you put your triggers back, you create a stack. That's pretty crazy. And then if you did 2 or more, you draw 1. I'm literally considering playing this in Barrow just for this one turn. Because if this goes off, that is really huge. So draw 1 plus 3 soul, keep triggers in deck, like that is just absolutely insane. I feel like people are focusing too much on like all the other stuff. Yeah, it's way better than the Chaos grade 1. People are focusing too much on like the other stuff about the deck than like the actual core things that are insane. Like the fact that it can restand, it has a unit that gets a crit. It has this insane engine where it can just filter out its deck insanely well. But they see, oh, effects turn off. I don't know what to do. But getting support after that first wave. Spare is the Magnolia of Dark States, where you can try any right deck except its own. The opposite. It's the exact opposite. It's the exact opposite. Barrow specifically plays this only. Specifically only plays this right deck because that's the only one that actually gives you the most soul by numbers. Because like for example, the Chaos line is complete ass because it's like, I don't remember it off the top of my head, but it's like, look at the top 2 and then I think you put all normal units and then put anything back. So at most you soul charge 2, so sometimes it's better, but sometimes you can just soul charge nothing. And then the grade 2 one just says like soul charge 1 after you ride the grade 3 Chaos, and then if it's a trigger, draw. If not, I think you call something from soul or something like that. So you can't even use that in Barrel because at best it's soul charge 2. Electrospire and technically already gives you that soul plus 2, right? Any of the other stuff is just locked to that specific Vanguard, and the grade 1 skill just doesn't give you enough value. So we specifically have to use Electrospire, and it's looking that might be the case. I don't know. And so you ride again, essentially. The delete is mediocre. It's not even scary. The turn-wide Sentinel and Sanctitude restrict is crazy though. It is. It kind of is, but I don't think it's that crazy. Because again, it's once per game, right? You can kind of see it happen, right? It's not like they can just do it whenever, right? There's no like counterplay in terms of like counterblast the 9, so I get that. But at the same time, they have to have 8 cards bound, so you know, okay, next turn this is coming. Like it's not like it's just like out of the blue and they can keep doing it. Like I don't know, I don't feel like it's that crazy, but again, I haven't actually played it, so this is all speculation. Let's play some of this. So we're doing news. A few ride lines can be as cringeworthy as the Bastion one though. Yeah, I mean, most of the Keter lines do the same exact thing, which is funny, just slightly better than the Bastion one. Use your PG's turn 3 and tape up regular shields. Don't let yourself go to 4 damage so quickly. Yeah. People might actually want to run some blitz too. Maybe. I don't know if there's any blitz that might actually make a huge enough difference just because of how big the Vanguard can get, but like, yeah, you definitely want to play it like you do against like a Bafsagra or Gravidia back in the day, where you wanted to stay on low damage as much as possible, and since they had like no real early game, that was possible. And then you would just have to tank that big Vanguard swing and then hopefully stabilize after that. But you know, it's kind of different for Gravidia because she could just instantly one hit KO you 16 damage, but that's just that. But let's take a look at the grade 2 here. Does the same thing, but you have to specifically ride Bladman over it, which kind of sucks. So if you were to play this in Barrel, again, that's all I really care about. You would play the grade 1, grade 2, because you have to. But, you know, Pony and Spartan give you 3 soul. This gives you max 3 soul, right? Where Pony and Spartan do the same thing without a Mandine or anything like that. The only difference is that this lets you draw 1. So, if it was, I don't know, if this was a little bit more consistent, if it was like top 5, definitely, right? Because then the odds would be more in your favor, and the soul charge would be a lot, or the plus in soul would be higher, but otherwise, I don't see this being played outside of decks, you know, outside of this specific deck. Yeah, I know that would be too generous. So that's what I'm saying. I don't think the top 3 is worth it, because that can very easily just be 2 or 1 or none, right? It's hard to actually make that be all 3. So, funny enough, Luard's gonna cry against Blackmire, no free stride, yeah, which is good. I think that is totally fine. I think anything that makes those decks sweat a little bit and have to rethink is totally fine. I think that is totally fine. Going on, we've got ourselves Fated 1 of 0. Blagged. I just say Blandmire because, like, what the fuck you mean NGD? Blandmire here. Like the Edgelord? Which one? This guy? You actually like a deck? Heck, I don't believe this. You must have got an act or something. So we got 2 skills here. First one is when this unit attacks a Vanguard, bind 2 or more, up to 4, from your soul face down. So that's kind of interesting. That's face down specifically. I don't know how face down bind works in it doesn't really matter, but I don't know how well it works in Vanguard, because I know in like Yu-Gi-Oh, if you remove something from play or banish it face down, in vast majority of cases you can't access those cards or even look at them, right? Whereas like in Vanguard, it's kind of the opposite, where you can look at the cards, I think, but I don't know how easily you can access them. But so you bind 4 from your soul. So that's a lot. That's already quite a lot. That's, you know, your ride deck and +1, right? Granted, you need to get a lot of soul, but this is a pretty big hit to take. So you can't really play anything that uses a lot of soul per se, or needs specific soul counts or anything like that. You can't use your soul as like a toolbox as much. I was really confused why they were playing in the anime, what is her name? The grade 3 on plays counterblast, take something from your soul. Because I don't know if you can really afford that. Cards in bind zone won't have their skills. That's the only difference. Okay, but I don't think your opponent can look at them either. Like, it's not public knowledge. Your opponent technically can't look at those because they're face down. It's not banished delete. I mean, about the same, to be honest. Then you draw a card. And if you did 4, your opponent chooses 2 of their regards and binds. I felt like this part was kind of like overkill. This felt a bit unnecessary to me. I don't know about you guys, but the fact that he also gets free removal, free in the fact that you're already doing your main game plan, and then now you also bind face down, so your opponent can't have access to 2 of their rear guards for the rest of the game. In like 99% of the cases, they just don't have access to that. I don't know if this counts for, like, let's say, what's your name? Like Unica, right? If I bind 2 crits, does that count as crits that I can use for my skill? I don't really know. Final antagonist privilege? Yeah, basically. The anime is making characters play competently now, but their decks are still built by ChatGPT. I mean, some of the afterwards, after the cards were revealed, while I was watching the episode, I was a bit confused. But after cards get revealed, in most of the cases, I felt like, okay, these make sense. It's not like the supreme, most optimal thing, which is fine, but it makes sense, right? It's not just like a random throwaway card. I say that about the grade 3 because that, you know, that makes sense. You soul charge 6 cards possibly. Units from your decks, you can very easily pull out 1 out. So it does make sense to play that card. I just feel like I don't know if you'll have enough soul to keep doing that. Because you have to have 8 bound at some point, and in order to do this removal and get power, you have to bind at least 2 every turn. So it just seems like a really hefty cost to pay for a deck that doesn't, aside from the ride deck that I've seen so far, let you get a lot of soul, but we'll look into that in a bit. I like it because this in the Vanguard grade 1 messes Eva. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to choose it, but if they only have the 2 Obscavates, then yeah, they would get bound and they would just never get them back, which is just kind of insane. I don't like it when they do that. I don't mind it when they do these sort of effects that, like, I don't mind control or removal. I just hate it when it's something that, like, not every deck has an answer to. And I don't like that, where it's just like, okay, you face up against this deck, you're just straight fucked. I don't like that. When Vanguard does that, that's my least favorite thing. I like it when there's like, okay, they might do this, but there's a card in your toolkit that you could use. Whether or not you play it's a different story. You know, there's maybe this or that or whatever. But when it's just like, you know, you get punished for just playing your deck the way it's supposed to be played, and then it's just like you matched up against this one deck, so you just instant lose. I don't like instant lose matchups at all, which is part of the reason I had a big issue with Vanguard initially, because I don't like the fact that like one clan or one deck can completely counter an entire clan and they're just like shit on if you ever face them. I feel like that's really dumb, but it hasn't been that bad at standard because we really haven't had crazy control aside from getting Diva. Can Vermilion counter this? Counter this how, per se? Also, this is Gandiva support. Technically, yeah, it does bind face down. You can say Ghidorah. Well, I never dealt with Ghidorah, so I can't say Ghidorah specifically because I would just be speaking from other people's experiences, and I try not to do that. But I did face Ghidorah, Ghidorah, this weekend, in Trinity's G locals, but it was no different from what I was used to in Vanguard 0, so it wasn't anything too crazy, but yeah. Last weekend it was the shop challenge here, and never made it to the final. Good. You called me crazy for making you Soul Blast 7 in Drag Jeweled and still have 4 for the next turn. I promise you, I proved you wrong. You can definitely play Miroslava in this. I don't know, man. You're probably right. I have to play it to see it, but I don't know. I don't know. This was Drag Jeweled Mask, which makes more sense because that puts 2 cards back from drop. I'm pretty sure it was drag, or it might have been normal Drag Jeweled. I don't know. Maybe it was normal Drag Jeweled, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. It's really hard because I haven't been able to test this because it's not in CFA. So the moment Greedon players realize that they're facing Black Mire, they know they're going beyond 6 damage. A bad idea. That's fine. That's all right. Like that's part. Thankfully, them going to 7 damage isn't like the main thing with the deck. It's just one of the like nice gimmick. But there's no cards that say, oh, if you have 6 damage, do this, and that whole play is shut off or something like that. But there's, you know, they'll be fine. Yeah, because the guy failed 2 Persona into Poison Eva. He did regularly Persona. Yeah, that deck is going to start coming back out. I'm surprised it didn't come back sooner in Japan, considering that it has, I thought, a decent matchup against Sherner, but maybe I'm wrong, because I know it doesn't have resist. But so, anyways, moving on to the next part of the skill. Sorry, the part that everyone's been sort of clamoring about is a divine skill that is once again once per game. You cannot do this again once you do it. Even if you ride or whatever, you can only do this once your entire game. At the beginning of the guard step of the battle, this unit attack. So you've already called the attack and it goes to your opponent to guard. Before that happens, if you have 8 or more face down cards, this guy gets a crit, and your opponent cannot call or play sentinels from hand until the end of turn. So that also means they can't use Elementar because it has Sentinel in the name. We are getting a new Blitz Order and Festival collection, which might be something that, you know, helps out with this. It might be like Angel Ladder adjacent. We'll see. But what I was saying is that this is after the Vanguard attacks. So whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But that means there's probably, because there's one way you can restand a unit. Only once per turn. This only gets 4 attacks, so at least 1 attack you can PG, and then the rest you have to kind of take or guard, hard to guard. But the artwork for these cards are fire. Yeah, man. Excuse me. Did 60k to crit, no PGs, BS.
more than once a game. Reminder that grade zeros were only 10k shield back then.
Is this this is different though, because that is like late stage Legion, where you had different defensive options. So, and triggers were only 5k. So you can't Sentinel to the end of the turn, in any way, shape, or form. You can still guard, it just can't be a Sentinel. Then choose one of your opponent's Vanguard. Until the end of your opponent's next turn, all your opponent and that unit's abilities are nullified. So I really like the way this is worded, because there have been some, not enough skills that give you, the player, the ability. So it's like Final Rush, you get the ability. I really like those because it's really cool the way it's worded. We're like, nah, you the player, not the fucking cardboard. You, the player, get the ability. There haven't been a lot of those, but there's been a good amount of those. And then this turns it off, which I think is a really funny interaction. But it then also negates your unit's abilities for that Vanguard. Lyrical and Dark Stage OT will be nullified as well. Yeah, because those specifically say you get the power, the ability that your units, etc. Right? So it turns it off for one turn. You still have the ability. It's just nullified. So you get it back at the end of your turn. Basically, I always need to make sure I have Persona Riot in hand. In the void. And avoid the divine skill, I guess. Pokemon will turn 3 if they get Legion right away. Yeah, so you kind of need to do this. You can just ride again and you'll be fine. This has been a huge ruling nightmare. All the judges have had to like team up and figure out what the hell is going on, how this works. So from what I can see, make sure nothing else is playing. So this only affects your current Vanguard. If you re-ride, you just get your ability back and Persona Ride. So that's what it says back here at the bottom. Persona Ride will activate. So if you re-ride, you get your ability. If you stride, your Vanguard still does not have the ability, but your stride has the ability. For whatever reason, you lose twin and triple drive. So you lose this. This is still active somehow, but this is not. Every card has one drive by default, which is not written on the card. This just says you get an extra one, and triple drive because you get another one. But it's just funny that this doesn't like count. I guess because it still has the name, so this icon doesn't matter. It has a name, and Persona Ride says when you ride over something with the same name, I think it says on the icon also, but the same name, then you activate Persona Ride. But so it surpasses that. Persona Ride is also a skill that's given to you, the player. So I don't know why that's not, maybe because that's a new ability, right? So if like you get hit with like this skill and then like you check OT, does that mean that the ability activates after that because it's after the fact? Because I think it's all your current abilities, not all the abilities you get from there on out. That would make sense why when you ride, you get your stuff back. I don't know. Boss is hard counter to delete. Yeah, because they can just very easily get their thing. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so any of the like stride decks that say GB2, they don't get any of those abilities when they stride. You still have the ability. It's just it doesn't activate. You can't like activate it, and it's not active. So yeah, if this is like a specific card with an ability, the example here is like glitter. You still have technically glitter, it's just not active. Like you can't activate it. You can't actively act upon it because it's nullified, but you still technically have it. So there's gonna be a lot of weird rulings behind this, but everyone's been going crazy thinking that this is like well, some people have been thinking this is the beginning of the end. This is too strong. I don't want to play anymore because for one turn I won't have my Vanguard skill, even though I can just reride and be okay. Like, I don't know. This part is a lot stronger than this part, I guess. This part is fine. The fact that it's easily overcome makes it fine in my eyes, and that it's not, the craziest thing in the world. This part, the Sentinel part and the crit and this getting pretty big, that's kind of rough. This could have very easily just been for that attack. The fact that it's for the end of the turn, I think it's a bit excessive. I'll admit that. We'll see how this plays out, but this does seem a bit much. It does encourage you, as Ek was saying, to like start playing more blitz orders and stuff, because one of the things I don't like is that everyone has jumped on the train like, okay, standard doesn't have enough shield, they need to give us more defensive options. And they have printed some defensive options. Whether or not they're like super amazing right off the bat is a different story, but there are a lot more defensive options than there were before. It's just people don't play them. So now you're kind of forced to play them. Like there's this one card in Lyrical that just says Soul Blast, get 10k shield, so she uses 15k shield. And it's just like, yeah, that's great. An extra 15k shield. That sounds pretty good. That helps out quite a bit. I don't like this. I guess people expect it to just be like this flat out like huge amount of shield. I don't think that's gonna be a good idea, but there are like collectively little pieces of shield that you can start playing. Whether or not it's enough for this is a different story, but we'll maybe even see some of that played or come out in the set. Like there's already, for these bosses, most of them, this one doesn't have one, ironically, but each of them have a card that just says like I get an extra 5k shield, just so that they have 10k shield. A lot of the grade 1s that they've gotten, each of them I think have gotten a grade 1, except for this one that just says I get 5k extra shield. Except for this and for Zorga, they don't have one of those cards. So I'll play Deer, willingly ignore them. Yeah, I'm not saying they're amazing, but there definitely are some. You can definitely increase your shield value, right? Like we got the Regalius piece, which is a blitz order for 20, becomes a 38k shield overall, right? Plus your Vanguard's power. And no one really played it. And then they're like, man, I wish I could get some extra shield. But they released a blitz order that you could use. Why aren't you using that? It's basically a PG. But then they just didn't use it. So, I don't know. Especially now that we have the 50 card main deck, and we have a little bit more space for one part. You can barely try to fit in some of these cards. Again, I'm not saying it's going to solve all your problems, but you will have some extra shield. I don't know. Maybe instead of playing draws, play some fronts. I don't know. Every little bit counts. But we're going to probably get to free 60k shield with ulti and defensive roar. Yeah, 60 and then 50. Doing a better job with defensive, especially with the energy cyclers. Yeah, those are all right. I kind of wish those got an a little bit of extra shield also. That would have been kind of nice, but maybe that's too much. I don't know. They are triple rares. And it costs 3 energy, which I still think is kind of a lot, but whatever. So that said, we'll see how this works out. Mazeo survives with 12 cards in their hand. I don't know about that, but we'll see. I can't test this out right now. We'll see. But then we have the support cards, which I think I have a little bit more to talk about, because these are a little bit stronger than people are focusing on, in my opinion. Shield is kind of fine now, but the real problem are free aggro cards like the Keter Dog. I don't know about free. I don't know about it being a problem per se. I don't know. Is it a problem? We also don't have it in English, so we can't really say anything, but I don't know about problem. I don't know if that's really a problem card, but I think some people want that like restricted and lured, which is probably fine because that card works out really well in lured. But we've got the grade 3 support card here, Single Strike Shatter Colossus. Has 2 skills. On rear, when it attacks, doesn't have to be grade 3 or greater Vanguard. When it attacks, and if you have 4 more face downs, so that has to be after your Vanguard attacks. This gets plus 10k, and then you put this into Soul. So that's kind of nice. A free 23k goes into Soul. Pretty good. I'm just in Chronojet. Would love to have this rare Colossus. Chronojet? Why would Chronojet want this? Just to have the. They already have enough power. I don't know why they would want this specifically. I don't know about. I mean, Almadraza would like a unit that actually gets power, but something that goes into Soul at the end of the battle is not gonna work out because they expect you to play the mass version. restrict them so when it releases in English they'll be super cheap. It won't be though. Because of the fact that we're not gonna get that restriction. If somehow Bushiroad gives us whatever stride deck restriction they're applying in Japan early, I will give them massive props for solving that issue beforehand. But they won't. But they won't though. But I'm surprised they did Shinri or whatever her name is as a box topper. That was like good move on you. Great job. That thing was already gonna sell like hotcakes, but now the fact that there's like a $20 box topper is huge on top of Angel Ladder and everything else. That set is gonna be huge. We're gonna look back on it and be like, damn, this was a crazy ass set. Like we don't know how good that set is right now. But I'm assuming the dog is probably gonna be then sneak peek for set 1, but we still have a bunch of other cards we haven't gotten. So it might be like the I've been trying to I've wanted to like make an image so I can tweet about it, but they can do this insane like box topper promo set of 9 cards for set 1, which includes like the dogs and like all the other promos that we're missing. But we'll have to see what they do because they haven't announced anything yet. And about 30 packs per card, man, y'all be alright. Y'all be alright. All right. So this Colossus here, he also has a skill that when it's put into soul by your card's ability, I don't know why they say that and then force you to have Bladman. So that's kind of dumb. That's kind of dumb because this would have been nice to use it in some other way or in another deck or something. But it just says essentially the way I read this, for the most part, when it's put into soul by its own ability, I think it counts if you use like Zargon from drop maybe or something like that. Because it doesn't say on rear or anything, or if you soul charge. That might count as a card's ability, I don't know. But if you have Bladmire, you instantly bind it and draw 1. So that's alright. So that instantly adds up your bind. So if you get like some crazy hits where you get like a bunch of these where you soul charge, you can maybe do this on like turn 1 if you get all 4 of them. You can do the bind skill on turn 1, which would be insane. Middle of nowhere Latin America buying boxes is much of a privilege. Sure, but I don't know, man. I would say it's not that big a deal because the boxes are cheaper, but this one's actually been the price from what I've seen of a main set, which is unfortunate, but I kind of understand that. Next up, we have here Invoke Alchemist. This has continuous on rear. During the battle, this unit boosted. If you're Bladmire, it gets 5k. So we've been getting these types of cards for every new boss unit, where it gets 5k if you have the boss, and then has another skill where if it specifically boosts the boss, it gets 2k and another thing. So this has the same thing, it gets 2k. So they all become, 15k boosters, so they get over 1 trigger, which is kind of strong. But it gets 2k then until the end of that battle. Then, if your binding one has 4 or more cards, you activate this right after the first use of Bladmire's skill. You counterblast 1. You choose one of your front or rear guards, stand it, and if 8 or more, it gets 15k. Right? This pairs really nicely with this guy here, Steam Raider Zamog here, which says when this is placed, if you have Bladmire, counterblast 1, look at the top 3, put any of them into soul, and if you did 1 or more, you draw. That's kind of insane. It does shuffle your deck, so you lose your stack from your ride deck. But you can, from this, if you, let's say you play like a couple of these and you get the grade 3, you can bind the grade 3, draw 1 from that, draw from this, right? Which is insane. And then maybe if you somehow sequence it and hit all 4 of them, you can get 8 cards in bind and face down on your first grade 3 turn, which is kind of nuts. Because is this locked to your opponent being on grade 3? It's not even locked to your opponent being on grade 3, so that's going to be interesting. But then this guy says if you have Bladmire, you can Energy Blast 3, this gets 5k in a crit. So this works really well because you can swing with crit twice to your opponent's face, which is pretty strong. The deck kind of needed this because without the Divine skill, you only get the crit 1 time. Has no extra drives. So this attack is kind of big, right? It gets pretty sizable if you give it a good booster and whatnot, which this would be a good booster. But other than that, it doesn't do much. So they have at least a force attack. So that's good. So they can pressure. And then now they have the crit. so that they can even pressure you even more. This isn't so bad. Overall, the crit is nice, but also you have nothing else to use your PGs on. You either use them early or you use them on this guy, so it's kind of alright. Does Zorgrenadier get a double R like this? No, it did not. Strangely enough, it did not. Which is, we might still, right? Because we have the I can actually have it here. I have the slide. We have this girl who's a grade 1 double rare, so she might have that same skill where when she boosts Zorga, or if you have a Zorga rear guard, Vanguard, get 5k, and then when she boosts Zorga specifically, she gets 2k, and some cost, I don't know, probably bind in order. That's probably what this skill is gonna be. Vibrates excitedly. Revealing the fight video is pretty much going to be the support grade 1. They already said is relic to Zorga. Yeah, so that's probably what this is going to be. I have no idea what any of these other guys are going to be. So these are going to be revealed in fight videos next week. This is obviously a prison card because it has the name Aurora Battle Princess. These two, I have no idea what they are. They're just common cards, common and rare. So I don't expect them to be too crazy, but the fact that they're revealing them in fight videos is strange. Like, it's a nice way to show off cards. I'm not against it. It's just trying to figure out why they picked these cards specifically, right? Because if these are just like card of the day, because the card of the day have been bangers, right? So if these are not card of the day worthy and they need their own fight video, then like, what y'all cooking with this common in Branke? Like, what's going on? Their names also don't tell us anything. Because this one has a weird name, I don't remember it. And this is just like Steam Artists, which is pretty generic in Darkseid because there's no Steam specific base deck. So we can't imply anything. This guy I wanted to say looked like either a Welstra, but it looked more like he's holding a water bottle. So I'm cleaning my glasses. So I'm thinking it's gonna be for the new robot because that's a new Nova Grappler based unit. So that's why it has like this sort of like trainer coach look kind of thing. So I'm assuming this is going to be for that, but we'll see. I don't know what this might be for. This might be for Blandman. Using my laziest guess. She'd be the most abusable one of the bunch because stuff doesn't say dead in Zorga. Yeah. Yeah, it might be like retire herself at the end of the battle or something like that, and then you get to do whatever the skill is. Watch me reveal a new Seraph Snow randomly? Nah, I mean, this is just a grade 2. And we already have a new Brankgate deck. I don't think they're going to do 2 Brankgate decks. They did do 2 Dragon Empire ones. But that was kind of a collab. So I don't think they'll do that here. But hey, who knows? We technically have the new Keter one if you've seen the recent episode. Presumably that's in this set also. So the only one that we're missing is a new Lyrical deck. Right? After we're following the pattern of set 1, where all of the decks that didn't get a faded one of the nations got a new deck. We're missing a new Lyrical deck, but we're also getting Lyrical, 1, so they might save it for that. Who knows? We'll see. We're at a Brankgate triple rares. Yeah, there's no slot for Seraph. Yeah, it just wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense right now. They would have done that instead of their new boss. Revealed like this too. Severin. Yeah, but he was a double rare support card, which is very strange. I don't know why they selected him to do that, but that's fine. I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of those 5k then get 2k retire to do something. I really don't know what this is going to be because they also did the Greedon card like this, and that, from my knowledge, that Greedon elephant doesn't really see any play, but we don't have it in English. Japan doesn't really play Greedon at all, so it's kind of hard to say, or not as much as we do in English. So, but it means no Yolanda for Zorga. Good. But yeah, we'll see. That'll do it for Lenus from today. We can't do any CFA testing. We'll check. Let's check. I have the folder open. Let's see if it somehow works. And they updated it. But I fear that Ek, unfortunately, regretfully, will be right, and that it won't update until the restriction list, possibly. But more likely, just till tonight. but we'll see. Yeah, it did not update. So instead, let's go ahead and take a look at Triple Drive Booster. Do a little bit of Market Watch today, I guess. Look at this fucking thing. Alright, so let's turn this off. And turn this on here. And this frame. Look at this fucking dude, bro. This dude was pennies. And just whoop. Look at this nonsense. He's not even good. I mean, he's fine in Blandman. Miroslava too. Ugh, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, she's actually a good card, but $18. She was $18 like at launch for a while, which is funny. And then I got her when she went down, and I got some copies, and I played her in 0 decks. But it's funny because I looked at it as soon as the episode aired. The episode aired the 15th. So we go here to look more data. Load more sales. Look how much this motherfucker has sold. Which is funny because I have some copies of him. I had a bunch of these because I'm a Dark States player. And this was used in Barrel very briefly. So I had a bunch of copies of this. And I remember paying $5 for this fucking guy. And he ended up being like not that great. So I can actually probably sell these for like some money. But I was literally asking on the 13th if any decks run her because I love her art. No. You can run her. It's just every Dark States deck uses too much counter blasts. And they don't have an effective way to counter charge. So it doesn't really work out. Or they have some other weird restriction. But I started calling this Morphle Syndrome. This one definitely. Miroslava, I don't know. I think the only way you counterblasted was, how did you counterblast? The only counterblast we had came from the grade 1 to restand and the grade 2 to soul charge. So we do have the counterblast for this technically. You could almost try and argue you could play like something like Engraver, because you can maybe get up to high soul count before you use the skill, but I don't know. Since you like specifically put in units, I can see Miroslava being played, but yeah, should have had her. I want to see. I've been looking at specifically FFRs. Yeah, oof, these were cheap for a while. I should have gotten some, but oh well. I might have one, I don't remember. But then I was also looking at what I was specifically looking at was Expeller SPs, because then as it aired, I was just like, oh man, he's gonna be gone, and he's gone. He was like, I think, I kid you not, cents, 75 cents. He was $1 the SP that day before it happened. Dollars, right? Dollars. I was gonna get these at some point because like, yeah, I should get it before whatever reason, for whatever reason he becomes good or whatever. I might have one. I have to check. Let me check if I did. Check this over here. Hey shit, how you doing, buddy? I have to sign in and take a look. I don't know if far by pulling it from the prize packaging from winning the shop challenge. It was Omni Grugio though. What? Oh, from a prize pack. I was gonna say, like, what the fuck? How would you get that from one of those? But I want to say, I keep running the seller portal. I want to say I got these, but I don't remember. I remember looking at them and being like, oh man, but I don't think I did. Yeah, I might have pulled one, but yeah, no, I never bought one. Okay. So I'm shit out of luck, but these will come down when they realize it's not really that playable. It's fine, but it's not worth it. Yeah, it's expensive because of the cool guy we were looking at. Everyone just bought these out, just whoop. But I'm more concerned honestly about the high rarity stuff when I look at this stuff, because that's usually what goes first. But we want to take a look at Triple Booster real quick. Who the hell is this guy? The hell is this little fellow doing? Choose opponent units and can't choose one of your units and can't be hit. That's kind of good, huh? Isn't that kind of good? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, 40 copies. Yeah, this insane ass card released as a box hopper. Japan had to get one of these from a magazine. They had to buy a whole ass magazine to get one of these. So these were insanely expensive. We get them for free if you buy one of these boxes, which is such a massive win for us. I feel bad for the people that actually bought these, cause it will go so much lower. Cause this set is gonna go gone. This set is gonna be gone. Gone. I hate to be, how many copies per box though? One. I hate to be, I'm pretty sure it's one. I hate to be like those like like that stocks guy and whatnot, but these boxes are gonna be gone. Like, get these while you can, because this product is like insane in terms of value, in terms of how quickly it's gonna go. Get it. Different fight. Literally spent 55 yen for each copy. Oof. Jesus. 12 is still a lot. I mean, I thought this was gonna be 60. But yeah, 12 is still a lot, but for what I expected, this is fair. But it's gonna go down. She's gonna be 10 for a bit and probably go down to like maybe 8 and 5. We'll see. Because right now people are only playing her in Shiranui. You can play her in a million other decks, but they're only gonna play it in Shiranui. So that's why it'll go down. Need Angel Ladder and most of the Stoichia effect triggers from this set. Yeah, I forgot they were even getting reprinted, but I'll look at that. Sinnoh Celagon hurts my heart. I mean, I don't know. I still think it's going to be a box hopper for set 1, but we'll see. Card selling for $5 to $6, but it's sold out. He was selling it for 4, I think it was 4 or 5. So like a gajillion copies, but they're all gone. But if you're not buying boxes, you should have got these already. If you didn't get them, it's okay. By Sunday, Monday, these will be a lot cheaper. But buy your boxes. It is going to be insane value. It's going to be a year from now, and people are going to be like, damn, we didn't know it at the time, but that triple drive was like such good value. But you get one of these for every single box of these that you buy. They're fortunately going for pretty pricey. I've managed to get some for cheaper for the normal price, but people are charging higher than usual prices for this. But you get insane value, because not only can you maybe get a Youthberg card that you can sell, this is $2, you can probably sell it for more, right? Not only can you get one of these super random expensive cards that you might need, but you can sell. On top of all of that, you get one of these insane high rarity cards, super crazy looking cards in each box, right? So you can just sell this. In most cases, I feel like you'll make your money back if you sell one of these. Maybe, I don't know. I have to actually see how the prices are, but I feel like from the majority of these, you can make your money back. It's crazy how this is only like 36. This has Leonore tax on it. It's only $36 because that's how many of them have been opened. I wonder how much the promo FFRs will be. I want my Shelling Canning Dragons, but I worry Flagberg news will make them go up. Yeah, and what sucks? Well, no, you're safe because the Flagberg news is on Tuesday, so you have to jump on that because by Tuesday they would definitely be gone. But yeah, let's take a look at those. We'll take a look at those first because I kind of want to get the Impusa one, but I don't like the frame on Impusa. For like Impusa, I don't like it as much. This one looks nice. This one looks nice. I might get this one. Obviously not at this price when it goes down. I don't like this one. I don't like this one as much. This will probably be really cheap, so I'll probably pick it up then, but I don't like it. I might change my mind once I see it. This is not the promo. Well, hopefully Shelling Cannon is even played. We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't get replaced. That would be something Bushiroad would do. They follow Konami's playbook, and it's like, here's reprints. All right, all these cards suck now, but we'll see. Emmeline, I really wanted to get, but I kind of like the triple rare version of her better. This is like one of my favorite cards. Still simping. SR getter triggers. Guess ass sells. Ass does indeed sell. Why aren't you sponsored by the card company yet? Getting me into the game. I have no idea how to play or anything. Ironic you would say that. I have a couple of videos coming out how to get into the game, specifically for this set. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do it, 'cause it's supposed to come out tomorrow. So I'm gonna like kill every last inch of my existence to see if I can release that tomorrow, because I've been working on a bunch of assets for it. So I have like, I'll give you guys a sneak peek. They can't see because chat is in the way. I have all these assets that I've been working on to do a bunch of videos on like all the decks that are in this set. So like for each set, each deck, right, and whatnot. But I'll see if I find some time to actually record that. Oh man, I'm switching over to normal OBS. Probably by next Tuesday. Sorry, by next Thursday, and hopefully that'll fix this stupid chat box that we've been having. So pretty, yeah. The 32 one looks like the Midgarsalum from Final Fantasy VII, the snake one. Yeah, make it look snake. We just call it snake because it has this long ass name, almost as long as whatever the hell you just said. But this is a pretty cool card. It looks really nice. I really like the frame on it. Here, because I like that the colors match. That's basically what I like about it. But this is just the high rarity version of it. So, I don't want you to think that the only versions of this card are $32. This is a high rarity card, just so you know. 10 chances to pull Angel Ladder per box, right? Yes, you have 10. Well, maybe. So I don't know if you get 10 triple rares, or if you get 9 and one of, oh, I guess it's under secret. One of these, because you get one of these per box, right? I don't know if that cuts into your double rares, triple rares or not. I don't know. So that's what's been throwing my math off a bit. Title, don't break your bank. Top 10 cards everybody wants in triple drive booster. I almost did one of those, but instead it's gonna be like it's gonna be similar to the most of you probably aren't familiar, but I did some Vanguard Zero videos where I broke down every single clan, sort of like how they play and all this stuff, and provided like sample decks and all this kind of stuff, and whether or not you should invest in it. It's basically like that. It's gonna be that type of video. Make sure it's all caps for exit clickbaitiness. Yeah, I was gonna ask you, why are you switching from slobs to regular? Mainly because what's making me want to do it is that there's this feature that I can add on. There's a bunch of extra features that I can use in the normal version, but one of them is that I can have a whiteboard extension that just makes it so that I can just draw on the screen super easily, and I wanted to do that for this video that I'm talking about, and I can't do it on slobs. So I'm going to switch over mainly for that, but there's just a bunch of other things that make it a lot easier, that are done a lot easier in that version. So the snake looks amazing. Yeah, he does. It's pretty cool card in deck. Want Luan, but I'm definitely still getting Luan though. Luan is Youthberg, but less bricky and 4 times cheaper. It's also way cooler. Based on Japanese case openings, SIR, FFR only take a double rare slot. Ooh, that's insane. That's pretty insane. Okay, so yeah, so you have 10 chances to get Angel Ladder. Costs the same as, it costs more than 1 box. It costs almost the same as 2 boxes. I get that. I use slobs and I just got used to it. Me too. I've been using slobs since like I started streaming, and I've just been so used to it and too lazy to switch. But I'm gonna have to do it now. SIR Pro UV's prices are, yeah. I mean, I'm not shocked. I honestly expected higher, but it will go down. She will go down. Okay, I'm looking at the wrong one. It should be the special illustrations, because ironically these are rarer, the Seek, but they will be cheaper because they have the ugly hot stamp that no one wants. So glad I don't run draws. I don't know, man. But yeah, I gotta get the so this is the one that the main chase card is this girl, because she's showing a tiny bit of ass, so everyone's losing their mind over it. But she's pretty expensive, but you have a chance of getting one of these in each box, which is kind of nice. I want to get these for Dark States. I expect all of these to go down again. These are pre-release prices. This is, I should have said this from the top. This is pre-release. This set comes out Friday. This is pre-release pricing. This will be cheaper when the set is actually out. Because right now, how this works is that only select sellers can put up their cards for sale right now. Not everyone. So I sell cards on TCG Player. I cannot put up my cards for sale. Not that I have them, because I don't have the product yet. I can't put up my cards for sale because I'm not a specific type of seller. So these are only like those big sellers that can actually put up cards for pre-sale. There is way more of the like non-big sellers than there are of the big sellers, right? And those people will flood the market with all these cards trying to make money. And every single time they post it, they'll drive the price down every single time. So this is pre-sale. Do not expect these prices to be exactly the same, but it does give you a soft, inclination, especially in, I want to say a month from now, the prices might be back up to this if you don't get them in time. But we'll see. I'll show your wallet to her. I love the hot stamp though, but I like Sorkea's icon in general. I just don't like it because it's, I wish there was an easier way to go through it. I just don't like the way that it's just kind of like there. Like, I don't know. Maybe if I see one in person, I'll feel differently. But I just don't like the fact that it's just kind of like there. Like, I guess I don't like the laziness of it, where it's like, okay, we have this cool card, and then it's literally like a stamp. I don't know. Mail pack isn't over $80 Canadian. That's like, your stuff is like 10 Canadians is like $10, $20 more than American dollars. Yeah, it probably isn't. Fronts are going to be the cheapest out of all of them. The draw triggers are going to be the most expensive no matter what. Then the crits. Because not a lot of decks play fronts. I think the only decks that, like the only nation that plays a lot of fronts in their decks overall is Lyrical. Maybe Brankate. I think a lot of them play fronts, but that one's I don't think that expensive right now. I could be wrong. This was like $9. I almost got this, but here it is. Yeah, it's surprisingly expensive, but it'll still go down. It's way less than most of the other ones, right? So we'll see. Maggie MVP. Yikes. That's racist. Shouldn't we wait till Thursday night to hunt down some early deals? You can. You can wait till Thursday morning. No, sorry, Friday morning. Because that's when people can start posting. Realistically, it'll be like 8 in the morning, but you have like the weekend until like Monday. That's when people start posting their stuff, and then that's when the prices will be the lowest this weekend, and we'll see where it goes from there, right? That's the trend I've seen for the last, like, I want to say 6 releases, where the pre-release is always this, and then it goes whoop, once all the sellers get in, and then it just kind of goes like this depending on how the card is. I'll have to try to go in on Friday. Yeah. I feel like I have to say I'm not a financial advisor, but that's just what that's when I get my cards. I definitely check them out then. I will definitely be buying a lot of specifically boxes, because if you sell these cards, you will be getting a lot of return on your investment. Especially for these SRs, but we'll see. Because Vanguard cards are just stock analytics. Yeah, so I have to give you that disclaimer. As much as I hate that as a concept, it is unfortunate how many people see them as. But I'm surprised this is cheaper than some of these other cards. That's hilarious. How he's barely more, this edgelord dweeb is barely more expensive than Bob Sagra, a draw trigger. That's so fucking funny. The most expensive deck in all of history, Youthbird, is nothing compared to fucking ass and feet, bro. Defeated is this clown by some fat ass and some fucking feet. Gets dethroned, bro. But yeah, I don't like the fact that Riley shows feet, but it's there. Someone in Bushiroad really likes feet. It's not even the artist specifically. No, it's in major management. Someone that like reviews the illustrations and asks for them, they're the ones that enter feet, right? Because it's gone far beyond just like, oh yeah, these two illustrators, they draw feet a lot. No. It's someone at the top that's into feet, and they keep like making sure there's fucking feet in our cards. And I'm sick of it. I added up to here with it. But it's a systemic issue at this point. But let's take a look at the triple rares here. I'm glad Maggie is cheap. I want at least one, but the artwork is cut off because of the size, because of the card size. Yeah, I don't like some of the framing for some of them. Come on, I don't want to get too excited about them. I just want to wait until I get product and see how things are. But we'll see. For the triple rares, let's see what we got here. So, you know, there's obviously this thing. You got to pick up, try and get one of these. I don't think you should pay $80 for it, but if you want to play competitively, you're gonna need this because fuck Shiranui. And I think everyone deserves to be protected from Shiranui, so you want to have at least one of these. I don't know how you're gonna get it, but that's why I think you might be better off getting some boxes. I don't know. It's only if you actually sell cards that you can actually benefit from that, because like a lot of these things are going to be worth something, and a lot of these are actually pretty usable, and a lot of these prices are going to change. Like this Youthberg here, this is like $4. It's probably going to go cheaper for a while, and then once this set gets out of rotation where shops don't have it, all of these are going to jack up because of the fact that all of these have been notoriously expensive. And so far, this is only the second time they've been reprinted. So this maple is going to go back to $20. Give it some time and she'll go back to $20. Makani is going to go, maybe not, I don't know. I think people have finally realized Makani is not as useful in like Messiah and stuff. So maybe he'll be back to being a card I can tell people to buy. Or, you know, play index, I should say. This is probably going to be really hard to get one of these days because it's only in this specific set. So I'm a bit worried about how this is going to be playable in the future unless they reprint it. But this, for whatever reason, has been dumb expensive. It might not. This might actually be a good hit for Bastion Prime. Finally, we'll see. This, I don't know how this is going to do. Cassette 5 did relatively well, so there was a good amount of stock for that. But I don't know how this is going to do with the new Eva promo that's coming out. If any Youthberg support comes out, these are going to be gone for sure. This is already expensive because of the fact that Rockagore was like $20-$50 or something like that. But this should be a good dent also because it's only played in one deck as of now. Being cheap is nice, yeah. I got my opposite made before Eva was good, so I don't know what the prices have been like because I haven't had a reason to look at it. This guy's been reprinted to death. I don't know why he's still expensive when he's only played in one deck. This has also been really expensive, even though it was like a meme for a while, but it was just really expensive for no reason. Somewhat the same with this guy. This guy's been like $20 for a good while, so it's good that this is finally down. Gus got pretty cheap recently. It was like $10, so this is fine. These are nice to get reprinted. This as well. I still think this deck is pretty good, but whatever. This was already pretty cheap. This was dumb expensive for no reason. It's not even being played, so whatever. Yeah, the Eva stuff is good that it's nice and cheap. People would actually access to it without just having to buy it second hand. Once the set drops, I already have Poison in Paradise, Promo Order, and Blue Lab. Yeah, that's all you need. You just need this, and this. You got basically everything you need for Eva aside from like you know, some of the staples in Brand Game. This is useless, unfortunately. This is gonna be like, which is ironic because this was really expensive for no reason. Yeah, Combined Rusher. But he should be. He went up. He went up because of the Eva promo. I took a look at it the other day because I was taking a look at prices for something. And yeah, he unfortunately. That's funny. He unfortunately went up because this should have been pretty cheap. I don't know if it was cheap. Yeah, it was a lot. Well, no, it was about the same price. So okay, So it didn't go up. It's just been $7, which is better than it was before, because this used to be $30. It's funny how the foiled one is cheaper. Please get this one. It's probably gonna be gone by the time I go away, but please get this one instead of this one, because this one has foiling and it's cheaper. And I bet you, these are only like 1 per copy per seller or something like that. Yeah, because they're doing it based off the deck sets that they have. Whereas like this is about the same, but you can get $40. All right, it's about the same, but this one has actual foiling. This one's common. Bro, why did they reprint the OG? Actually, the OG what? The OG Eva? Which one? Ironically, funny how Maple Grade 2 is finally. Oh, Welstra? Yeah, that shit. Yeah, it's kind of insulting. Finally affordable when I don't need her anymore. Yeah. For now, it should be affordable. But yeah, it's insulting how this is like reprinted after it being expensive for so long for no reason. And now it's gonna be literal pennies. Because, you know, the new Welstra, all the new support specifically says Welstra with Divine Skill, so this is dead. This copy is dead. You can still play the deck, it's just, I'm pretty sure the other version, the Divine Skill version, is better, right? Because it just has access to better tools than this version will ever have. The only benefit this has is if they release something semi-generic that can operate multiple times in a turn, because this technically scales up higher than the other Welstra. This one gets 5k each time, whereas like the new one is only 10k, I think, one time or something like that. Wow. I'm really glad that we printed these, because the deck is time of year is really hard to play, and it's, you know, it's a pretty good deck. I think to get someone into Vanguard, and kind of sucks that it's really hard to get for the most part. So glad that everything is being reprinted there. Poor old Gravidia. They reprinted the shitty Orphis for whatever reason. Alright. Thegria is fine. I don't know how expensive the normal copies were, but you know, it's fine. It's nice to have. Old Jorga's still kind of playable, you know. This finally got reprinted. I can't believe, like, what deck is this even played in? I will never understand why this costs so much. Since the dawn of time, this damn card has been costing so much, and no one fucking plays it in any deck. Unless it's something in premium. Right? Because that's usually the dumbass answer to this. It's just, oh, it's usable in premium. Like, it's just not played in any decks. Why is this $14? It doesn't make any sense. You know, I've been working on another one of those videos, that like fraud video that I did on like Swirler and stuff. And I was trying to find for like a third one, because I was going to do Sages and Rhesus. And I forgot about the Antha. We can do the Antha as the third one, so that video will be coming soon. But no one plays this card. Nothing. No deck plays this where it needs to be this expensive. Absolutely not. No one does. What is this? This is my tier list. Looks great, right? Love it. Don't be shitting on Sages. Ironically, you would say that, but I'll save that for the video. Let's reset this. Nothing plays this deck. Nothing plays this deck. Let's take a look here. Nothing plays this deck. I'm sorry. It annoys me so much that I have to get this off my chest. Hold on. Where's like Leonard Mask? We'll even go over these guys, right? But I feel like I threw up Leonard Mask, and here she is. That's all of Sturkea, right? Oh, right. Forgot you're in Sturkea. Yeah. Okay. So, runs just right now. Nothing really. Hey, it's just a good card. Nothing. I don't know. That was a tough one. Right now, the one deck where I have the Anthem's Divines is Villano, and only because we have no other grade ones. Yeah, but they already got a grade 1, so you don't need it. You don't need it now anymore. You got a grade 2 that calls stuff out, so you don't need it anymore. And you got a new grade 1, so it doesn't matter. Like most of your decks in D, yeah. The winning list in BCS for bugs was only the Anthem. Okay. I don't care. Fine. One deck that can use it to bring out one card. To just bring out Japanese Beetle? Okay, fine. Because they only play like one grade 1. Fine. The one deck that can use it. Sure thing. Bugs, S tier for once, right? Leonorn calls back her own units. She does not need that shit. She also needs Counterblast. Well, she can actually use it. It's actually legit for this card. Whereas, like, these other versions don't need it. Because they have the new promo that does it for Soul Blast. And they have the other one for power. So they don't need it anymore. This deck doesn't need it. They have so many other ways to bring stuff back, and it's only grade 1. It doesn't need it. Flagberg can't afford shit. Flagberg's broke as fuck when it comes to Counterblast and Soul Blast, so he sure as hell is not playing Diantha. So that ain't happening, right? I don't care how much counter charge you give this deck, it's not gonna happen. This fella, maybe. I'm just telling the truth. It's fine. It's all right. You know, he's the budget a little bit better. He's doing all right. I'm just saying, you gotta maintain your resources a little bit better, buddy. I don't know. Zorga does not use this shit at all, right? Maelstrom, I still don't know what the fuck Maelstrom does, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Claudine, no, does not use that. Can't use it. Yeah, because it's not really gonna get the power because you're gonna eat the tokens anyway, so it doesn't really matter. This doesn't have the kind of blast to use it. Like I said, this already has a better grade 1, so it doesn't need it. Loses and rests in a binder. Zorgusi does not need it. It has so many ways to bring back units that aren't grade 1. Does not need it. Your boy Cristianos, he brings back his own units. The fuck you need the Anthem for? Hold up, never mind. You, Melodic over here, I guess. Right? I guess. Because I had to think for a second. Technically, I guess you can do this, but I don't know. I can see it as an option because you need a full board. And you have, you know, pretty good grade 1s. You know, you can countercharge the one that gets power. You kind of want those back. Fine. Right? Fine. So this is like, you know, totally, I get it. Sort of fine. And this is like, you just don't play it. So with that said, right? Being real here. No one plays these two decks. I don't mean this in like a disrespectful way, but these decks are not played to the point where she needs to be $14, right? So we can discount these for the time being. So you're gonna tell me this card is $14 because of a fucking bug and this emo girl over here, that it's $14 because of that? And she already brings back her own rear guards, by the way. So I will never understand why this card was at $14 in the nation that has Spiritual Body Condensation, that has Frozen Resentment, that has 5 other orders that bring stuff back, that has Eileen, that has I don't get it. I don't understand it. Anyways, sorry. Where's what was I doing? Oh right, we're looking at this. Yeah, okay. It's too good once he gets the totally real support now. He doesn't get that's better. Yeah. Review is weird. I rebuilt it recently. It's just so weird how much better Luster Impact than Fairy are in Leonhorn, whereas like in Grand Fia they're kind of like awkward. So I don't understand why that deck doesn't work. That deck is one of the hardest decks for me to like figure out because I don't understand what's specifically going wrong. How do I let's see, can I do like Dark Zone or Dark States? Yeah, let's do Dark States specifically. Wow. Let's do best selling. So let's see. Technically, you can use this in Bladmire. Can't use this. Can't use this, obviously. I thought this is 600. Damn. There's Swirler at $1 billion already. Which I guess is usable in Bladmire. I don't know if it's worth it, but it's playable, I guess. You don't soul charge a lot because the grade 2, the ride deck does it by just looking at it. It's selective soul charge, and then the grade 2 is also selective soul charge. So this will not get power except from its own skill. So I don't see Swirler being played in the deck right off the top of my head, but I don't know what the whole list is gonna look like right now. This is dumb. I saw someone on Twitter in Japanese talking about this card. I don't know if it's actually playable. Okay, so you can kind of get the 10k if you happen to have the grades, but you can't resend because he's on the Soul Blast. I asked which one is better, Granfir and Aurora, assuming both have the promos. Which one you consider superior, Aurora? If we're considering promos, yeah, Aurora with the new promos is way better than Granfia. Mainly, like, they do similar things, but Aurora with Raylinda does a lot more, especially in the early game, right? Has a way better turn 2 than Granfia does. And it also needs way less tokens than Granfia does. And it has the break ride, which gives it a crit. So the Vanguard swing actually does something. Whereas, like, granted in Granfia, it's a really big swing, but having the crit is better than just a big swing. Flash first grade 3 turn is fun as fuck. Yeah, I cannot wait until those promos drop. I think it's like the next wave of promos, right? For not March, for April, May. So set 1 Divines is gonna be absolutely insane. It's gonna be so crazy. I'm gonna have to, like, take a break a couple weeks before that drops, because it's just gonna be crazy amounts of, like, content and just Vanguard playing, because it's gonna be nuts. It's that and Misty Archive in Danger. Yeah, the promo's gonna be wild. Where we can do more attacks faster. I don't know about I mean sooner, I guess. I guess, I don't know. Run out of gas after 1 turn. Yeah, but I mean, still does Granfia, so Granfia can definitely stabilize more because it draws more. But yeah. This is probably not played in Blackmire. Did this go up? Because this was like $1. This was not even $1. This was cents. Oh wow! For some reason, this got bought. Yeah, this was like, yeah, I bought this for like 48 cents or something like that. And I've been slowly trying to get these out, the Order Cyclers, because I knew this was going to be really expensive. But I don't know why this jumped up all of a sudden. I think maybe anticipating Vladimir, and now it's going down. But how much is the cat? The cat is $8. He's been $8 for a while. And all the cats and the Order Cyclers, I've been slowly buying them to make sure I have enough, because I knew they were going to jump up. But yeah, he's been about the same for a while. But you can't really use it in Vladimir as much, so that makes sense. I don't know why this is more expensive now, because nothing uses this. You can't really use this in Vladimir because that's Soul Blast 3. That's kind of hefty. So I think it was just preemptively people were getting it, but I can't think of a single deck that actively uses this. The only thing I can think of that uses this is actually both of these, which is funny because I was working on a list for that. And you can actually use this, which is really funny. Also, Order Jet. Does Order Jet use? I don't think they run this, do they? I haven't seen them run this. I've seen them run the other stuff, but not. I could be wrong though. I know they run the other two things, the grade 1 and the Order itself, but I'm not sure. Cheval Black is broken. Also people cats are free 20k shield. That sucks. Not gonna use it. Yep, for the most part. Grade 1 Makani being still pricey because they got bought out from Messiah, and a lot of people probably didn't buy set 8 because they're dumb. This jumped up. This must be Blackmire. Yeah, these got up. Sucks. I think I was missing one. This is usable. I can see that. This is pretty good in Blackmire, especially because you have the restander, so you can get the skill twice. So that's pretty good. Yeah, that's a pretty good card. Hopefully that gets reprinted as a promo soon. The disc go up? I know. I think this was always that. Yeah, because I've been watching these. I want to get them, but it's $50. I want to get this and the other one in SP, just in case I ever played in Barrel. But wait. Ooh, you can actually use this. You can use this in Bladmire, actually, because of the grade 3. Right?
He says if it's put by an ability.
So you can put this behind it. It gets bound and you draw 1, and then that increases your count. So that's interesting. Hope the yeah, okay, it's not gonna. Okay, you can hear it if I get really close, but otherwise no. Okay. I don't think this will be playable, but maybe it will be. Because again, you don't really want a soul charge. What I think should have gone up and it hasn't is Lynn, because you want selective soul charge in that deck because it already has so much selective soul charge. And I'm surprised Lynn has not gone up. That one's a bit shocking for me. I immediately checked on it and I was like, oh man. But, I think that's about it. It doesn't seem like anything else was affected by Bladmire, yeah, because it's mainly the new cards that you want. Ooh, this is $10 now? Ooh. But, alright, I'll take a look at that a bit later. Wonder if LBL X Striker will see use in the new Nova's deck on Thursday. Probably not, but it looks cool. Yeah, I really like that card. I have like 3 of them, 2 of them, FR, because I love that card so much. And I wanted to use an Avantgarde, but I painfully had to take it out because it's just not that good in Avantgarde anymore. But it looks so cool. Love this card, bro. It's such the coolest card, man. But hopefully it gets played. I don't know what it would have to do for it to get played. It'd have to be something that like restands a whole column, because this gives like 5. It gives like 2k to the back row or something. If you remove the over trigger, all your front row. Wait, yeah, all your front row get 5k. Interesting. I thought it was back row got 5k, but oh well.
But also, Curly, can I vent about the new good Unico support being a great generic support? It's gonna be a pain to get. I want to share up Salty. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
It is pretty good.
I don't know what it's gonna be played in per se.
It's funny, Kay jokingly to someone, maybe jokingly, said, because they were like,
Oh yeah, you can use this in barrel in jet.
and Kay was like, nah man, in barrel. And I was just like, now you're speaking
My language. But I don't know if I'll use this in barrel. It's good.
it's oof. Actually, this is gonna be really good in Bladmire. Well, it's okay in Bladmire because it's only Soul plus 1. They'll probably end up playing this anyways, but it's still pretty good.
You might be safe. I don't know. It's really good, but I don't see it being that good in Bladmire.
The art goes hard, yeah. Whew. I would love to get this in SR at least. But yeah, it's definitely good.
I definitely think it'll be played in Blackmire.
But I think that might be it. So we'll see. We'll see how this goes out. Oops. Huh. I hate that this card started becoming really expensive because of dang Luard. Platonic Prospector. I think that's next promo rotation also. Oof. Oof, I'm glad I got this when I did. I wasn't expecting this to go up, but sure as hell it did. Does that mean Shiranui's like $500? No, it's somehow cheaper. That's interesting. Alright. I'll be right back. I need to get some water. Give you some sicker beats. Beats so sick that you will. I don't know. I can play the same exact song, but the remade version. But let's do some Joy? What's this one again? Yeah. You guys can listen to that for a bit. I'll even put it up a bit. But I'll be right back. Alright. You guys didn't talk too much shit about me. I'm gonna use this card as a staple in 5 minutes. Was it a staple? I think it was a staple. Was played? It might have been a staple right before set 10, was it? Was released maybe? Then we got what's his name? Anne Hathaway. Not need anymore. Yeah, we did some Market Watch. Look at all the triple booster stuff, but let's switch over here into the darkness and put this down a bit. There we go. Hopefully that's not too loud. I'll put it down a little bit more because the song might be loud. Sorry, turn this on here. I said turn this on here. There we go. And then I have to go do this. Yeah, the stream's probably gonna look completely different Thursday if I have the time. Probably be Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe super busy when I switch back to the other OBS. Cause I have to see how much of it I can actually just transfer over easily, how much I have to redo. But we'll see. Like Helldiver stream, I'm not welcome to join free. If you're free and able to get it running, I had to refund it. I can't get it running, but I did order a new CPU because I need one anyways, and then we'll see if it works then. But thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoy your stream, bro. And hopefully I'll be able to join you sometime next week when my new CPU comes in. CFA here. Okay, it's already open. And let's close this. Let's close this. So I don't think I'll have time for a whole game. So I don't think we'll do that. I just got an i7. I have an i5. I went to i7. I took a long time trying to decide if I wanted to go to i9, but my motherboard can only do up to 9th gen, so I figured I just get the i7 that was cheaper, and eventually I'll need another like upgrade, like to get like a new motherboard and a whole new PC eventually when I just can't go any higher, but that'll be in the future. You're going to Are we getting extreme for the tonight's presentation? Nah. If they do the English one like they did last time, like on Thursday, I'll do it. I7 is really good, yeah. So I should be good with that. But if they do the English one like they do on Thursday, I'll do that. But it's at midnight. I've worked the next day, and also it's in Japanese. So it's just gonna end up me being. It would just end up me restreaming different fights, restream of the stream, and I feel like that's kind of silly. So, if something crazy happens, maybe you'll get like a random video of me talking about it. Even though I usually don't do those, but if it's insane where I have to talk about it, then we'll see. We're gonna get a new 4070 Ti Super. Whew, that's a bit much. Yeah, ever since I got my 370, I've been having some issues because like my PC has been like, the fuck are you doing? this too much, man. But slowly everything's starting to catch up now. But yeah, Zim reminded me that what do I name it as? Astroya. This lady came out. So we can go ahead and use that. It's also gonna be kind of never mind. I thought this part was generic about the crit, so I was like, oh, it might be usable in I'm gonna Gujo, but never mind. So this is the build we built last week. Didn't really have a chance to look at it. I'm not gonna have time to play it per se, but oops, we can at least do a test hand. I can do that because I do have to like go get dinner and like maybe nap before I stay up for the whole presentation, but we'll see. But I should be able to get a quick couple of test hands in here and see how this works out. I don't know if I want to keep crit in hand. Ugh. Expensive. You got a 3060 Ti. Yeah, I just got the 37, which is like basically the same thing. Put those two back. Yeah, I got it because it was like on sale, and I was just like, fuck it. And like I just gotten paid or got my taxes or something. I was like, fuck it, bro. Or I might have used my like COVID money on that. I don't remember how I got it, but I just got it and threw it in. Assuming it's edgelord. Assume it's edgelord. Assuming it's under smuggling the PGs. Smart. Yeah, it depends, but I definitely for this deck you don't want to have a bunch of PGs in hand because you gotta get going early game with pieces. Otherwise, you can't. If you set up late game, you're kind of dead. So. Speak of the devil, I get another one. I guess we can discard this heal because we'll just kind of get it back. Pass turn, we'll take one. That sucks. That's a crit. Ride and draw here. I might actually. I don't know. Never mind. I was gonna say I might try out the Omni Grugio line, but never mind. The grade 2 skill is still pretty nice, so I don't think I'll do that. I still need. Easy solution, just heal. Yeah, how easy? This is kind of tough. Might have to use this. Because I still need to get the mask. This deck needs too much shit to function at once. Because I need the mask. I need Unica mask. I need crit and soul. And I need actual units to attack with. I have none of those right now. I have 2 PGs for the love of God. I guess I should discard this. By the fact that I can get that back into soul. Hopefully we get one here so we can draw. No, we don't. Fuck us. Instead, I get the 2 things I wish I were in my hand right now. So this sucks. I can't use this till later. The mask puts itself on the bottom after I use it. So I can use it now to get rid of it, but I have to discard. So I have to, I kind of have to play this. I can play this right now. Yeah. Look at the top 3. Kind of ass. Choose one from among them, put it into my hand. Can't believe I have all these PGs. Choose one, put it into your soul, discard the rest. I don't know what's the best way to do this. It might be adding this to hand, because I already have 2 PGs. I can put this to soul because I don't have any of the stuff to put. Well, this puts triggers, right? Okay, so I could play this turn 1. Technically, and use another copy to get it, but because I will have 3 triggers, and I can put this into soul. Then I can try and use this next turn to get something, but yeesh, it's pretty rough here. So is there when it works? When it works type of deck. Maybe it's I don't know. I've had to like rethink of this deck a lot, especially with now the new support, because I'm still kind of in the set 9, 10 mindset, and maybe I have to completely rethink that. But because I think there's maybe an easier way to make it work, because it just has too many moving pieces right now. I think I definitely want this to hand. I don't need a 3rd PG right now. I can either put this to soul or drop. It's the same thing, really. But I don't have any other ways to do anything other than like this. Massive is like a macho. What? Yeah, I guess we'll put this to soul, put this to drop. I can't do anything else. I can rush with this, I guess, but swing. Oh. Normally that would be a really good thing. Let's see. I might get rid of this, I don't know. Yeah, I have too much discard stuff, so I might get rid of this. Let's say they hit me 1, goes to damage. Draw. Ugh. I forgot why I wanted to play this. Oh. Yeah, because he's not athletic. So yeah, he says look at top 2. Yeah. Ugh. Oh, what the fuck? I hate that I keep discarding all my shield value here. This goes here, and this can go here. I can countercharge, so that's nice. So I can play. I wish I had the mask in hand to discard it, but I don't. Yeah, the fact that these both discard and this deck does not plus hurts a lot. I don't know if I can do this. This might be better off if it was the other thing, the grade 2. I don't know. It might just be a really bad. I know the deck is probably not perfect, but this might also just be a really bad hand. Because right now I have nothing. I have to use this order to get at least 2 crits in soul. I do have, 5k in crit from the overtrigger, which is nice, or 10k. So that stabilizes. I only have 1 counterblast, technically 2 if I countercharge. I haven't seen a single stupid ass prospector, which sucks. I can use this first, get something in hand, maybe the mask, and discard it for this or something like that, however I want to do it. Reroll then. Yeah, getting 3 PGs back to back really hurt, but I'll try and play it out. I think I'd want to play this first because I can counterblast. Look at the top 3. This might open up my options. It did nothing for me. Oh, balls. Alright, so what this does is, let's see. I can put this in drop, put it back with the order, so that gives me 3 crits. So this can go to drop. I can also put this to hand and discard it, but it doesn't make a difference. I can put this one to hand and discard it, but this can actually be played in soul. So we'll put that one in soul, we'll put this one to hand, we'll put this to drop. I'll use this. I have no way to get. I don't have the mask, which is the problem, and I have to play the mask. Yeah. I mean, I can play it out. It's just I don't have the mask, so I don't really do anything here. Does it add this to hand? Okay, so let's try this. We'll do this. We'll discard this. Look at top 2. Still not what I want. Stop giving me this fucking order, man. Oh, man. Alright. Where's the other one go? On the top of my deck or into soul? The order graded one seems counterintuitive. I only play him to get the mask out of deck, which I don't know. Mill mask is less good when mask goes back to deck. Yeah, but I just mean like I wanted it to have a way to get it straight from deck, because I don't have to use the skill of the mask to look at top 5. In this case I do, because the idea was that I thought between, you know, Prospector, who gives me grade 3, this guy that looks at top 2 and this that looks up top 3, I would eventually see the stupid Astoria mask. Right? But apparently that's not the case. And then I can just use this to dip the mask into drop and use the skill from drop. But yeah, I think I'm better off playing what's his face to at least add it to hand, so I can then use it for discard for this if I really need to. But all these options suck ass. This guy says put one to hand. Yeah, so I guess put this to hand. I don't want to soul charge this, or I don't want to flip this. I'll put that to soul. And then yeah, I just have to fucking play this. Counter charge, take 3 crits, put it into soul. And that's it. And I can use this if I wanted to put 2 triggers back and then she gets power, but I don't think I want to do that. And yeah, I don't have anything else. I can play this if I wanted to. I can use this. Oh, this flat, I forgot this flat out searches it. Oh man. Okay. Search or crit. Oh no, it puts it into wait. To 1 Astoria in its card name, to 1 trigger, put it into soul and shuffle your deck. Okay, so no, never mind. This puts it into soul. Why the fuck would I put that into soul? Just check it for up to 1. I mean, I know it would be for like this girl, but I need the other one right now, and I have no way to get it from soul to hand. Then you choose up to 1 from your like drop, right, and call it. Yeah. Never mind. I thought I could use this, but I can't. Yeah. So in this case, yeah, you just swing here. Use skill. Bind 1, 2. Because of the over trigger, it's actually fine, right? Because of the over trigger, you're actually fine. Because now she gets another crit, and she has triple drive, and you retire 1. And you can, this already has 5Ks. You can give this 10 and give this 5 here. 1, oh my god, another PG, 2 and 3, and swing, but let's go back. Yes, leave. I don't know. I want to be able to go into the mask, because that seems to be how this deck wants to play. According to Bushiroad, they want you to go into the mask. I don't think base Astoria Unica is good enough right now. I don't know. I could be wrong. I still think her effect is really good, but I don't think it's... she doesn't have the rears to support it. It's a little maskless. You just don't have the rears to support it. That's the problem. If you had better rear guards, then you can do that. But right now, you just don't have any good rear guards. Oh, it's like, this isn't in Dark States. Yeah, there's just no good rear guards for you to use this rift. There's nothing big that gets power or has some kind of pressure or anything. Not that there is for the mass version either, but at least that gives you a 4th attack. And with this order, you technically get the crit also and whatnot, but it's just too much. Yeah, the fact that the other guys discard also makes me not want to play that. And I think I'll just play I guess the actual mass searcher, because the soul is not, the counterblast is kind of an issue, but I have an order that lets me countercharge, because I'd rather use my counterblast on this and this. But other than that, I would have to just like play a bunch of copies of this like a fool and just hope that I see it somehow. But because otherwise I don't know how else I would get access to this damn thing. I'd have to pray that I soul charge it, but then I don't even have gun ram here to soul blast it out, so I can't even do that. Yeah, there's no way here to get it out from soul, which really sucks. Man, this is rough. Because you want to play this because it actually gives her a crit. And it does like 5 things. This order is actually not good because it clashes a bunch with the deck, but it allows you to get the crit and counter charge and put triggers back. The triggers back you kind of already did a lot. Not in this specific build because I had to take out some of the cards. This is ass. It's also counter blast, right? This is nice. This helps out a lot because it fills out your board, but you can only use this when you're on this. And it's also a nice attacker, so you finally have something that can actually attack, so that's nice. So you actually have a good reset target. This is good, in theory, but the counter blast is kind of heavy, which makes you really need to play this. This is fine, but I don't know. Maybe I should be playing. Maybe I should get rid of this and play the grade 1. Because I can do something where it's like this. Get rid of this grade 2. I think that grade 2 is actually pretty solid. I can do like this just to get the mask out of deck and play like that. I don't think that's gonna fix anything, but we'll see here. We'll give that a shot, but that hand I was dealt was very bad. Very bad. Okay, well, I got sort of God hand over here. I could just put one back and get it back, of course. And we're kind of set. So it's literally when it works, but Black Matter has the funniest matchups. Yeah. It's gonna be very interesting to see how that plays out. I guess we'll discard this right to this. Let's say we go second this time around. Draw. A right cycle would have been nice, but we just don't have the space to play anything. Raj spent 4 turns getting it and just gets nullified. Yep. It will be another 2 turns before I'm ever to enter Final Rush again. Yep. Does Veerman's Bruce get over that, or? Well, no, it doesn't, because it won't have any abilities, so it can't like go into Final Burst or anything either. But yeah, you just have to Persona ride. Or just ride ride one of your rearguard grade 3s. No, don't do that. Yeah, so we go first. So we attack. Okay, nice. Pass turn. Get attacked here. We can guard if we really need to. Stand and draw here. I kind of need the mask, so we might have to play this because I don't have any other way to get it right now. So we'll discard this for ride. Ride this. So charge 2. Don't get a trigger because fuck us, right? Play this. Counter blast like a top 3. Ugh. Add this to hand. It goes to drop, right? I guess, but this is total. But this is a drop. That hurts. Absolutely hurts. Thinking OG and Great 4 Brewers, they don't find a rush immediately. Yeah, they will be very screwed, unfortunately. So I don't need this anymore, so I can discard that next turn. So we just swing in here, check, get a crit anyways. Cool. Pass turn, they go first, so I just get my ass blasted over here. Whoops. Double guard Vanguard here, get hit again. Hope that maybe it's only a 4 attack deck, but I really can't guard any other attack. Draw, discard, ride, call 2. I guess immediately use this skill. I could use this to Soul Blast out one from my soul, but I don't think that matters. Yeah, immediately use this to go to soul. Ride this. Draw. That's interesting. It goes back to decks if it really matters. I have no crits, but I have Thori that I can very easily put back in. So what I would have to do first is use this skill to remove this, retire 1, and then this gets drive +1. Then I can play the order, which counter charges, and then I choose 3 triggers, put them into soul. 1, 2, and 3. And then it also says, since a star was moved, this gets a crit. Drugs, yeah, I do have to take that in a bit. Thank you for the reminder. I can play this. Since I have a mass, I can counterblast. Look at the top 3 and call out something. Top 5, I should say. Sorry, I don't know if they're worth it, to be honest. I can call this girl. That's kind of nice. And then choose one from. Then choose a trigger from your drop, and you may bind it. I will not bind it. It's fine. I already have 3, so I don't really need that part. Is this one only plays from hand? That sucks. That's fine. I can use her second skill. So I can Soul Blast out this. Energy Blast 3. Search for an Astroya. So get this out. Put that there. Get it out of my deck. And then if I did choose 1 card that I can call from the drop. I don't want to call anything from the drop, so that's fine. Do you want 4 binds? Oh right, I forgot I'm on this. That's right. I mean on this. Yeah, you're right. Ugh. I was thinking I only needed the 3. Yeah, I forgot I want more binds because she's for every 2. You're right. Good call. And this lets me choose a trigger from my deck. Just not something I want to do. Unless you really need to. I already have 3 triggers, so there's no point in using this. I could use this skill to put. Oh, I can use. Yeah, okay. I can use this. She gets 5k. And then I can put this into soul. And then I can use this girl's skill to bind this. She gets +10. Then we can go. She needs 3 or more, so she can't have it. I don't know if she's worth. This is bigger technically to attack with first, so maybe I want to restand this first. I don't know which is better. Because I can swing in here 28, restand her, she gets +10, and then she'll get plus, what, 10 again? So it should be 40? Yeah, because I have 5. It's for every 2. So this would be 40, or I could do this, 25. I can do 43, and then restand her, she gets... And she becomes 35. So 28, then 40, or 43, then 35. This sounds better. I could be wrong about that, but this sounds a lot better. So yes, we'll do this. That's 2 cards to guard. Then we can do this, and this is Counter Blast, Soul Blast, and Bind. And bind, and then restand. And then both of them gets +5 for every 2. So they both get +10, +10, and then this gets +10 because I have 3. This also has triple drive because of the first skill, and it's a crit next to the order. And then for first check, third check, you know, it's all gonna be blanks because I have 5 triggers out. Then this is 35, and this is gonna be 38. And I end my turn, and then I die. And then I die because I have 1 PG. So I don't know. I gotta figure this out. I feel like you can do more with this deck. I'm not in any way, shape, or form thinking this deck is fixed and it's really good. It's definitely a lot better, but I don't know. So we're here to play Helm Adjuster. Just use the grade 1. Use the grade 1 in Direful Dolls. Ride deck. I mean, this. Oh. Interesting. You have to play the grade 2, right? The grade 2 is this one. Yeah, this is resealed up. Yeah, so you have Direful Doll crits, which are these. You can technically play this. Sorry, this, I guess, is what you're saying? As in, forget Alma Gesture? Oh, okay, just play that instead. I might do Omni and Crow. Because this is Soul Charge 2. It gets rid of the grade 0, which doesn't matter. Soul Charge 2 might give you crits, right? So it's the same thing so far. Then the grade 2 lets you flat out get a crit and draw. But it's just the fact that you don't really get rear guards, so calling these two out from Soul is actually kind of nice. And the fact that this is an insta from Soul put into crits for counterblast is really nice also. So, I don't know. We'll see. But alright, I think that'll do it for today. Thursday might be a really big stream. We'll see. Because of the fact that, who knows what we're gonna get today in the reveals. It might be nothing, might be huge, who knows. Presumably CFAO update by then, we'll have Bladmire. So we can play some Bladmire. And, we can talk about the reveals. And, there's the new deck that comes out. Who knows if we're able to play that. Thursdays, I think I've been more lucky, right? Where things are updated on time. So we might be able to play the new Brangate deck also. So we'll see. I'll see if I have time to play test this, but we'll see. But I think that'll do it for today. I'm going to go see if I can get some rest before the presentation tonight. And maybe we'll talk about it then. It just really needs the free +2 bodies. It does, yeah, because it has no... Well, with this, it might not need it because it has this and this that gives you rear guard, so maybe not. So maybe you're right. I'll have to dig into it. And I guess I'll see if I can find the time because I have to do that. And I have to test the other decks. And I have to test some lyrical decks. And some other decks. Till next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. And try to get some rest. And watch all of my videos while you do the rest. 'Cause